Hey, how's it going? I hope you're doing well today. Today's video, I thought we could just do some rambling, some talking, chatting about life. I just finished the rough draft of my book, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm gonna take 2 weeks off, just 2 weeks, and then I'm gonna start editing. And I cannot wait. I cannot wait. I have this book with me here. It's Stephen King on writing. Why is that so bright? I'm trying to figure out this new phone's camera. For some reason it focuses on weird things and changes the brightness, but I don't like it. But this is basically a book that Stephen King wrote, strictly on writing. Obviously it's called On Writing, but I actually got really lucky when I found this. I'm gonna take this cover off, maybe it stops getting so bright. I was going with my mom to pick up something that she bought like an hour and a half away. Is that better or worse? I can't tell. And when I was going to pick it up with her, we found this for sale, really close by to where we were going, just on Facebook Marketplace. Maybe if I just keep the back facing you, and then, oh, that's cool. It says Stephen King on writing. But it's a really cool book. If you enjoy writing, I highly recommend it. It's not super in-depth on specifics about grammar or punctuation or anything. It's more just his take on the important aspects of writing and what he thinks about it, which I liked, because honestly, if it was just a bunch of fact things, I probably just wouldn't read it. I'm not good with reading books like that. I get very bored very easily when it comes to stuff like that. So I think it was really well written because I enjoyed it a lot. A lot. Sorry, my throat's I got sick. And because of my body's, stuff being weird, it lasts a long time. And I can never tell when it's fully gone, because I get sick symptoms just when I'm alive. So when I get sick, it makes it worse. But then I can't tell when it's even gone, because I never feel fully okay, But I definitely can't tell when it's bad. This is a Jujutsu Kaisen anime mug tumbler thing. Anyways, yeah, I finished the rough draft of my book. I'm so excited. It took me from when I first had a thought of I want to create a story, and then I started writing down ideas and lore and what I want to do, all the way till finishing it. I think it took me about four-ish months, which is a lot faster than I thought it was going to be, honestly. But I finished it, and I'm right now I'm thinking I don't know what to do, because it's about 300 pages of Google Docs, full Word document pages. And when that's turned into a book, it's probably going to be between like 400 and 500 because it's smaller. And obviously I have to remove stuff when I edit it, but there's also a lot that I want to add when I edit too, because when I first started writing the book, it was like the first thing I've ever really written, like literally ever. So even just from like the beginning to the end of the book, I notice a huge difference in just my ability to express and explain and almost like show the reader what I want them to see and feel. And in the very beginning of the book, I don't really feel that. So there's a lot that I want to change. And I know for sure that I want to write more, because the story's not over. The story's all, like, I'd say half to like 3/4 done. But I don't want to make the book any longer than that, because I want it to be a book that you can pick up and not be like, this is a huge book. Like, I'm not going to read this, you know? So I thought I'd make 2. But I don't know if the second book is going to be long enough to be a book by itself. So I don't know if I should like just continue it and add on to the first book, or if I should just write the second one. So what I think I'm going to do is, once I'm done the 2 weeks and I start editing, I'm going to go through the whole thing. And then once I'm done editing, I'd say maybe like my 3rd, 4th draft-ish, I'll probably know, or at least have a good idea of like what I want to do and where I want the story to go a little bit more. So then by then, I think I'll know whether or not I'll want to continue the story in that book or make a second book. But right now, I'm just so happy I'm done. I just can't believe it. It's a big thing for me. It's a big thing. Because for me, for so long, I was only focused most of my life, honestly. I was just focused on improving myself physically, like stronger, more fit, just like staying active. And I kind of didn't really care too much about like mental or like intellectual aspects of myself. And then when I got sick, or whatever you want to call it, I had to like completely switch that, because now that I can't do anything physical like whatsoever, I pretty much only have my mental, and it's like switched my life upside down. And the fact that I've been able to find something that I enjoy, that I love this much, that is purely like psychological and mind driven and has nothing to do with like your physical aspects whatsoever. It's just mind blowing to me. It's not something that I ever thought I'd be in a position to learn or do or enjoy or put all my time into. And I'm so glad that things worked out, that I was able to find this. I'll do some more tapping. But yeah, it's been really nice. There's so much that I've learned, and I'm excited to learn about editing too, because since I've never done that either, it's just going to be like a learn as I go kind of thing. And I mean, obviously you can pay an editor to edit your book, but I don't really want to do that. I don't even know if I want to like self-publish my book or try and get a publisher. I do not like social media, as you probably know. So I don't know how to self-publish it if I don't have social media, because like the only way to get people to read, to like get them to know about your book if you don't have a publisher, is through social media, right? Because you have to like promote it yourself, and I feel like I'd be really bad at that. So then like there's no point of even publishing my book if like I don't have social media to promote it, right? So I don't know, maybe I'll start like a social media to promote my book. We'll see what happens. But one step at a time. I'm actually really excited to edit it too, though, because like from what I hear, a lot of people dislike editing books, like a lot, because you have to go over it like with so much detail over and over and over again, and like dissect every word and every sentence, and it just becomes very tedious, and you no longer like enjoy what you're reading. So I'm curious to see if I get tired of my book, or if I just like don't want to read it anymore or something, because I've written like short stories. Like I was writing some like short like horror thriller stories when I was writing my book, like in between, and I would get very tired of editing those like really quickly, even though they were like super short. But I think it's because, for me, the thing that I love the most, are the stories. And for me, like a short story, I can't nearly get into as much as like a long, drawn out world with lore and history and a future, like it's completely different. And I'm curious to see how I feel about my book and my story after reading it like over and over and over again, because I've probably gone over it maybe like 4 times in total throughout like writing it. And I still am so excited to go back and edit and try again and stuff. So I'm curious to see like at what point, if there even will be a point where I'm like, okay, I'm done with this. I never want to read it again. I'm curious to see if that'll ever happen. If you're curious about what the story's about, it's kind of like, I don't really want to give it away too much because like, I don't know. It feels kind of like my own little like baby almost. I feel very protective over it, but it's pretty much about a guy who loses everything, and in this world there is magic and like these demon sort of things, and it's these demons' fault that he loses everything. So he finds himself all of a sudden trapped in this world that he didn't think he'd be a part of, and he finds himself like wanting to save the world almost from these demons. And I am someone who loves magic and I don't know, just stuff that isn't real, like it's hard to explain. Like fantasy, I guess, is the best word for it, but I just love the idea of like more mystery in the world than we have, because like in our world we know most of like history, and because we have science and stuff, we know most of like how things work, whatever, but there isn't nearly, I wouldn't say too much, there's still a lot, but there isn't nearly as much magic as I like wish we had, obviously there's things in our history that aren't explainable and could be explained by magic, but we're not going to get into that right now, but I just love the idea of magic, and I wanted to create a world where it was almost like ours, where it's not necessarily known that magic exists, except for like a small portion of the population, and that's where the whole demon thing comes in. But I'm not very good at explaining it. Maybe when I'm like fully done, I'll like read the book to you or something. But until it's like done and published or something, I don't really want to get too much into it. But yeah, I mean, I'm just enjoying what I'm doing, I'm just going through and writing and having fun. And yeah, I'm excited to start editing and see where that goes. So yeah, I don't know if I end up not getting published and just like self-publishing it, I'll try to make it accessible for everybody if they want to read it, like for free or something. So if you want to read it, I'll try and figure out a way to just kind of like give you a copy. That way you don't have to like pay to read it or anything. Because I don't think many people who follow my channel are like readers. And if you are, then maybe you'll enjoy it. I don't know, but I would like to know just people's input and hear what they think more than like just trying to make money off of it. So we'll see what happens and what I do with that. But I'm hoping it'll be done and ready to be published by the end of the year, because I don't think it'll take me more than like 5 months to edit it. I mean, obviously I've never edited before, but I don't think it will, considering it only took me 4 months to write. I want to go over it a lot in good detail, but at the same time, I don't want to overdo it, because I feel like you can always go back, you can always improve, you can always do better. But I don't want it to be perfect. I just want it to be mine, and I want it to be a story that I'm proud of. And I think perfectionism kind of kills art, you know? I think there's like a quote about that or something. Perfection is the death of art. I don't know. Something like that. But I do feel that way, and I just feel like I'm gonna have to find a happy medium between what I think is good and like good enough versus like feeling like I'm doing it just to do it, you know? So we'll see what happens. I'm sorry if you can hear my dog. He's crying downstairs. I was gonna get him and bring him up here, but he didn't want to sit with me, so I thought, okay, stay downstairs, and then he starts crying, so hopefully you can't hear that. Hopefully it doesn't bother you. But, yeah, I think that's all I really wanted to talk about today. I just kind of wanted to let you know that I finished it. I was just really, really happy and really excited, so I thought I'd let you know. But, as always, thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. I hope you're doing well, and I hope you take time for yourself, because you deserve it. So yeah, thank you, and I'll see you next time.